I want to see the pain on his face when the jack comes. I want to see the pain.
Oh, God. But if I mess this up... I don't even like myself for taking this as serious as I am.
I am utterly fucking fuming. I think
Oh,
you're in
no.
big trouble, son.
Oh, no.
Mate, that is disgusting. Oh, my God. Timmy, out the door. Get your P45. You're fucking done, son. Hello and welcome back to the Unnamed Show. Today I've got a very special guest in Rory Jennings. He is truly my favourite poker player of all time. He is becoming well known for his dodgy opinions in football, but I am honoured to have got him over to Ireland to play heads up. This is our third attempt at bringing someone to my home to play poker and actually win. I have failed against Spraggy. I have failed against Parker. Rory, I sipped him 50 quid before the show and he promised to take a dive.
I mean, if you did offer me that, I possibly would have done. But sadly, that never came.
The format is going to be the same. We're going to be playing best of 5. It is going to start 50 big blinds deep. Mostly going to be having a little bit of chat. But to make it a little bit more interesting, I'm guaranteeing that I'll make a €500 donation to charity of Rory's choice. But if he manages to beat me, we will make it €1,000. And obviously that gives a little bit of something to play for. Of course, we have everyone's favorite person here, also Tibby. He was laughing at me even in the pre-show when I was losing hands to Rory. So I can't imagine what he has up his sleeve here today. Mr. Jennings, I wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Thank you.
And when I say that, I really mean I wish you nothing but misery, and I hope that this is going to be a victory. I'm going to throw a 15-minute clock on so that we can put up the blinds. Tibby, as they say, shuffle up and deal. No matter what it is, all the time.
400.
All right, let's just play a nice friendly fire pot to start. I am going to call. We are going to see a flop. We're going to relax. I wasn't planning on drinking because I've got to go pick up my child after this, but I might just leave her in my mum's and get pissed. I'm stressed.
I love that mentality. I think that's an excellent mentality.
Rory, bet 500.
That is an excellent mentality. I've had a minor issue with I've had a minor tech issue with some cameras, and therefore
I'm going to abandon my child. I will check.
In check.
Rory, you wouldn't.
1,500.
You would not bluff me in the very first hand, would you?
Or would I? Or wouldn't I? I can't give you any information.
I'm going to fold with an ace
500.
and a 7. If you've bluffed me first hand, go on, lay down the marker.
I don't know if I want to give you anything. I can't give you anything. I'm taking this far too seriously. I don't even like myself for taking this as serious as I am.
When did you first start playing poker? Was it
Check.
in the last couple of years, or have you always?
No, I had a
700.
Finn bet 700.
I had an interest in poker, but more born out of more born out of a love of a certain culture. You know, American films were very conducive to a love of poker. Always like the gangsters of race 400.
So we raised 400.
All right, well, we're going to call.
Pin call.
We're going to see a flop.
I think just as a culture, and do you know when I was a kid, I was weirdly interested in Vegas gangsters. You know, the sort of Jewish gangsters.
Look at him. Look how serious he goes when he's got a good hand, Tibby. I fold. Look how serious he goes. Have you seen Casino Royale?
Yes, raise 400.
Rory raised 400.
I call.
Pin call.
I watch about 2 movies per year.
Do you really?
Yeah, I'm not a movie man. And Joe Stapleton and James Hardigan set me up in an outrageous manner one time. It was my first ever commentary gig for Poker Stars. And they realised that I'm a gullible little boy. I will listen to anything these older experienced people say to me. And they made up a movie on the spot called When the Dust Settles. Obviously this movie doesn't exist. Didn't know that at the time. They start naming it was like Sylvester Stallone, Al Pacino, Jessica Alba. Like they named about like 40 big actors. They were like, you know, I'm sitting there live on air. I call.
Pin call.
And they're giving me this spiel. And I'm like, wow, that movie sounds so good, right? And I get off air. Me and Spraggy are in the lift. He's like, "Oh, do you want to go for a drink?" And I'm like, "No, I'm going up to watch When the Dust Settles." And Sprag thought I was playing along. And to this day, check. There is When the Dust Settles references, and I hate myself for being so gullible. But that's my point. I don't know a lot about movies, but I will watch Joe Stapleton's movie.
I checked.
I've got a 3.
So have I.
It's probably a chop, isn't it? Chop it up.
I will check.
I will bet 5.
Finn bet 5.
Okay, I will raise.
Rory raised 1,500.
So see how unfriendly I am in this guy. See what I did there? That was appalling, wasn't it? Was that terrible poker etiquette? I'm so sorry. Is that really bad form?
That's the rules.
But
That's the rules. You know, because how it works, right? You did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. I bet out a turn.
Yeah.
The action's on you. You get to decide what to do. I could have checked. No one forced me to put these 500 chips in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm going to call, and I'm going to take all your chips this time.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
You know.
That felt terribly unfriendly, but it felt like a really good opportunity for me. So I had to do it. I bet 1,500.
You got 1,500.
Silence is deafening in this moment. This is the most intense hand that's been played on this table. Look at that man. I don't know what he's looking for, but he's looking at that river like, I need something. I don't know what it is, but he needs something. I think we need to avoid 6s and 7s, Tibby. Big moment early in the heads-up match. If you go 1-0 down, I don't think there's any coming back for you either.
That's definitely not true. That's definitely not true. I check.
Very check.
So what was very awkward when you were playing your character?
So what was very awkward is I was
Get him talking.
I was in my 20s. Yes.
All in.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
You've come all the way over to Dublin.
Really annoying. I'm going to have to fold. That's.
Sorry.
Did you need something on that river? Did you?
I did. It started very well for me, and it took a turn.
I do.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
I didn't bluff you. I did not bluff you.
That's okay.
I could have got all the chips. You had.
Thank you for showing me. That's also very kind of you. That's something else.
Here's the thing, right? I stream my cards all the time. So even when I play live poker and I know that I don't need to show my cards and it doesn't really make sense for me to show my cards, I'm so used to everybody seeing my cards. I just don't care.
I raised to 4.
Sorry, miss. What?
Because we didn't have any scenes together. But Robert De Niro was the lead in Kenneth Branagh's Frankenstein. He played the monster. Kenneth Branagh played Dr. Frankenstein. And when it flashed back to Kenneth Branagh's youth...
In race, 1,200.
When it... cool.
Right.
When it flashed back to Kenneth Branagh's youth, it was me. So that was...
That's
it was great.
bizarre.
Yeah, it was an amazing first job as an actor. You know, I'd always had an interest in the arts.
In check.
Did you go to acting school?
I did. I went to a school called Sylvia Young, which I bet 1,200.
Sorry, about 1,200.
I'm going to call.
You call.
And yeah, so Sylvia Young, I didn't go to the school full time.
In check.
Big hand here again.
I
We're
know.
playing some big boy pots.
I know.
Don't have many chips left over there, Jennings.
I know. That's what I'm thinking here. I feel like I'm in a sort of all or nothing situation. Very Arsenal and Amazon. Okay, don't fuck this up, Rory. Think.
The more you think, the more you'll mess it up.
This is
Just
poker, right?
stop
Decision making, right? I bet 1,500.
15.
Have you got Frankenstein on the mind? Like, can you concentrate
I've got
on
Frankenstein
poker right
on the
now?
mind. Yes. Multitasking is definitely not my forte, but
All of it.
oh,
All in. Which means you'd have almost no chips when the blinds go up. 2 500x hand, buddy.
I feel like I have no choice here. Okay, I'm all in.
You've always got
All
a
in.
choice. I think you're in big trouble.
Sure.
If you have to
Really?
think about it, I think you're
Oh,
in
no.
big trouble, son.
Oh no.
It's unlucky. That is unlucky. Heads up.
No.
This could be 1-0 in Dublin. Oh my God.
It was all totally methodical. That's exactly what I was playing for. I lured you in.
I
lured you in.
Yeah.
What a poker player. God, I'm too good at this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you play
That's how
poker.
you play poker.
Oh, Timmy, Timmy,
the main man.
You had a nice little
The
Christmas
main
break
man,
and you came
Timmy.
back with the same stuff, did you? Oh,
The
my
main man,
God.
Timmy.
I am utterly fucking fuming.
Glorious. And the blinds go up. You're going to end up with no chips here if the blinds go up.
The London poker games are massive.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
All in.
It
Feel all
wasn't.
in.
It wasn't. Why?
Because Rory, you took most of my chips, son. I've got 6,000, 7,000, 7,000 exactly, which means you've got 13,000, which means you've got twice what I have. You can just have a little gamble, son. Am I going to talk him into a bad call?
I don't think I can. It's annoying because I haven't got. I've got something that I just, there's a decision to be made, but I'm going to do the correct thing.
All right.
With that in mind, I thought I need to do something else here, and then I started working in TV. A friend of mine ran a production company, a friend of mine's friend ran a production company, and from there...
Boys Club, little bit of nepotism at its finest.
Oh, yeah.
Like, who we know, love that.
But TV is very much that.
But that's
you know.
everything. In Ireland, it's
TV
everything.
in London,
Yeah.
if you wanted to work in TV, it's very difficult to break into.
Quite tricky.
Check.
Very check.
I'm going to bet 500 chips.
In that 500.
I'm going to hang about.
So what was that
Very
job?
The job was to be a runner with Jack Whitehall's show. I check.
His comedy?
Jack Whitehall at the time was he certainly didn't have the prestige that he has now.
Would have been around when he was on that show based
1500.
around when they were in school. What's that called?
No, it was before. It was before. So
that.
the show was a Jack Whitehall show called Hit the Road Jack, and it was Jack Whitehall travelling. It was Jack Whitehall travelling around the country, going to live in different parts of the UK. Very good bet.
I never bluff. Look, every time, 2 pair. Two pair. Aces, 2 pair, that's all I do. And you call me with a 10.
And that was my first foray as a runner in TV, it was a very weird situation. I was never particularly egotistical about it, but I went from kind of being on EastEnders as an actor and, various other productions, going to Edinburgh.
Some people would find that a tough pill to swallow. They would chase the dream so much to a detriment of their future, and they'd still be doing it now when they're pushing on into their 40s and 50s or whatever.
Yeah, also bearing in mind, I'm older than Jack. I'll raise.
Sorry, raise 1500.
Are you older than Jack?
I'm older. Oh, yeah, Jack's young.
Is he?
Yeah, Jack's young. Jack White will be young. Yeah.
I'm going to go all in to be.
Finale.
Why didn't I just...
He's gone from being Jack's little bitch to my little bitch to
I'm calling.
Very close. Show them, gentlemen.
Oh.
King 10 won it for you last time. That's it. I would genuinely play your hand the exact same. That's a beautiful hand. No justice in this world, Tibby. Tibby, let's do it slowly. I want to see the pain on his face when the Jack comes. I want to see the pain. Oh man, Tibby, I get it in good every time. You're just rewarding this. What is this, Tibby?
Thank you very much, Tibby.
Raise.
Raise 500.
I will re-raise 1,000.
Raise.
I'm going to call.
Right, and I've straddled him to get out, and he's just gone like that. I was on him, just totally on his face, and I check.
Which way did you go for interest? Did you go ass to face or crotch to face?
I was face to face. It was almost like it was imposing upon him. I'm sitting there, and I'm dry. I'm looking out the window. I was watching Jack Whitehall in his skinny jeans with his messy hair, toddling down the hard shoulder. Anyone driving past would have gone, hang on a minute. Was he there?
Jack Whitehall?
Yeah, but it was a huge deal. Huge deal. I had a meeting the next day when I turned up
to
see
into the office.
I got called into the office and I got in with cupcakes. I've stopped at a Hummingbird on the way. I was like, oh God. And they were going to sack me, but Jack had said don't. So I've been forever grateful to Jack.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And it could have been that door closed and not another one opened in that industry.
No, they wouldn't have done. It was amazing that one stayed open, really. Probably the wrong decision, but yeah. I've checked, by the way.
We checked. Sorry, I checked. Sorry, apologies. I was enjoying the story too much. Oh man, that is a fantastic start.
I bet 600.
600.
Was that at least the worst day that you ever had as a runner?
Think of.
Yeah, the only other one I had was. Do you remember a character who played sort of Bette Lynch in?
I do know. Yeah.
So when I was a runner on Big Brother, she was in Celebrity Big Brother. She was very keen to have sex with me. And that was terrible. Yeah.
Wait, the sex was terrible.
No, but she was very, very keen.
Okay, so what?
No, nothing happened. But that wasn't a good day as a runner either. Having to negotiate that. That wasn't a good day. As days go,
honestly,
I probably preferred being soaking wet on the M25.
I don't know if you were a single man at the time, but I will say, as iconic as she was, I think you missed a good story.
But who cares?
A better story than you've just told. It's a very good story, but it would have been better if it finished.
If I did that, I would not tell the story.
It's a great story.
No, it not happening is a better story.
Check. Or sorry, false.
Beautiful.
Did you get a little bluff through there, Rory? Did you get a little bluff? Oh, the aces again! The aces again.
Somebody came in for a job interview. Somebody came to try and work in telly, and they wore a suit. And
frowned upon almost.
They didn't get the job, obviously. And it was, people weren't particularly nice about it. Not to the person's face, but check.
Rory, check.
But what I thought was quite interesting is TV scenes being there's no uniform or whatever, but there is. You've got to be a particular person. You've got to be.
It's like the people that go to our college end up working in those jobs behind the scenes where you might associate with suits potentially, but
yes,
yeah,
you have to be a particular. You have to conform to a particular style, and I did do that. I kind of I played a game that kind of worked for that world. 1,000.
Very good. 1,000.
I'm going to raise, and I'm going to make it 2,500.
Raise 2,500. Okay.
Cool.
Sorry.
Just so you know, if you do whitewash me, Hannah's going to be utterly furious that I've lost €2,000. So just take that into account.
Okay, I'll bear it in mind.
Mr. Jennings, quite interested.
Rory bet 2,000. 2,500.
I'm all in to be.
Been all in.
I have no choice but to call.
Rory calls. Short up.
You're in big trouble, my friend.
Am I?
This is like deja vu against you and Spraggy
It
when
is.
you were playing Heads Up
It is.
for that package. You had Trip Queens, he had the full house.
Oh,
That is disgusting.
that is a shame.
I think I win, right?
That is a real shame.
Is it?
Is that over?
I think so.
It's over.
Yes.
Oh.
We are not getting whitewashed.
What
You
a
can sleep
flow.
tonight, mate. That is disgusting. I raise.
Been raised 500.
Yeah, cool.
Rory calls.
And simultaneously, right, in another room, I can hear these people talking about football all the time, like passionately talking about football. I was like, I
So it
really
was in
like
the same
football.
building, I
In
think.
the same building
Match of the day, wasn't
as
it?
this. No, it was in the same building as this new network that was starting around YouTube about
Okay.
football YouTubers. So I had no idea about YouTubers. I had no idea about football existing on YouTube at all. I was going to Chelsea every week, but I had nothing to do with YouTube. And then I could hear these conversations going on. I was like, why am I not in that room? Like, what? So I knocked on the door. I just went over. I was like, sorry to interrupt. What are you doing? And they went, oh, we're actually starting up this network of football fans on YouTube. We're looking for fans of football who work in telly.
Sounds like
I was
it
like,
could
you
not
meant
suit you more.
check. And I was thinking,
Been bet 300.
cool.
Rory.
And it was, you know, when people say, you know, like the sort of sliding doors moment.
An epiphany.
Yeah. And I just said, look, and I think pretty much that day, I check. I think pretty much that day, I left
Been check.
1,500. Pretty much that day, I left the job with the Simon Cowell job and went on to this football thing.
You just walked in from one set to the
From
other.
one
almost.
to the, and I became a producer, which I was
incredible.
nowhere near qualified to do.
Ah,
Yeah.
man, that's incredible. So
Yeah.
you did you get any word that they would give you a shot, or were you just like, I'm all in, I'm doing that, that's my calling, let's do it?
Well, what happened was they needed a Chelsea fan, and they were specifically looking for a Chelsea fan. There was
3,500.
Been raised 3,500.
Eesh.
Big moments here in this game.
I'm gonna call.
I've got a king.
I have lost. Damn it! I definitely didn't think you had that. And that was then I never looked back really from
So
being in
when,
YouTube.
when is
Been
that?
calls.
That happened in 2014.
So have you been
The very end of 2014.
Have you been making online content since around then?
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
no,
never
in-
been back out of.
You were in the background at the beginning.
No, when I did that, part of
Check.
2000.
Rory bet 2,000.
When I did that, part of what made it, part of what made me appealing to them was I could produce it, so I could come up with the ideas. I'd worked in telly, but I was also comfortable in front of camera.
So you were ticking literally every box.
Yeah.
I'm all in to be.
Been all in.
I'm gonna call.
Rory calls. Short up. Would you?
I need a diamond.
Yeah, diamond. And diamond potentially for the no, I think I cover, so come on, Tibby. I think that should be mine. Game up.
Dang my God, no.
Rory Jennings has gone from
There's a
1-0
comeback.
up to 2-1
There's
down.
the comeback.
Rory, it's all at stake for this game. If you lose this game, it's over, my friend.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yes.
That'd be right. Don't worry. I don't need to let things like that affect my decision-making process. There were some people that were doing it then.
Yeah.
So Adam McCullough, for example, he was an original. Like if you look at
Yeah.
Adam McCullough back in the day, he looks like a
Hannah's little
child.
brothers watched Adam McCullough growing up because they're both
Yeah.
no one's an Everton fan, but they were both Manchester United fans, and I cannot think of the guy's name. But you know the guy who he still has like
Yeah, give it a Giggsy. Give it a
Yeah,
Giggsy.
give
His
it a
name's
Giggsy.
Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Andy Tate.
and
Andy,
very
Andy
very
Tate.
careful.
His name is Andy Tate. Raised 500.
Rory raised 500.
I'll go.
He was the
he's
guy. He
amazing.
went viral because he's a lovely fellow as well.
Yeah,
I've met him through Adam. I've worked with him occasionally in my own right,
Okay.
and he I bet 500. He went viral. Yeah, he was huge at that time. He was huge. And he went viral. He had his own soundboard.
Yeah.
You know, like an app and stuff.
Yeah.
Because with all of his expressions, check. Like he is.
Been bet 3,000.
It's a big bet.
Yeah. It really messes me up if I get this wrong. Okay, come on, think about this. If you wanted my chips, 3 is not the amount.
I think I'd go for a little milker.
I think you'd go for a milker.
Yeah.
So why would you? Oh God! But if I mess this up,
It'll be game over. You're 2-1 down. There's a lot of pressure on this. This is the biggest moment on this table that's ever had. This is history in the making. This could be the first time I win on my own table, and that will be forever etched in the record books. Rory Jennings came to Dublin, and he was the first person ever to lose the Flint in hand.
and he's an idiot as well because he went 1-0 up.
What have you got, Rory? Because you're not raising. Tell me what you've got. Show me what you've got, and we'll talk it through together. Come on, show me what you've got.
Really?
Yeah, sure. We're not playing in a casino. You can show me what you've got.
I've got an 8.
You've got an 8. It's a pretty good hand.
I've got an 8, and I was hoping for a flush that never
Oh my
happened.
God! And you stopped me having more flushes. That is quite strong.
You
How
see,
do
you
that?
see,
It's strong. How do you
and
get
then,
more
and
flushes?
then, you know, if you bet way less than that, I would have folded. But
Will I show you? Will I show you one of mine? Do you want to
No.
see one? Do you want to see one of mine?
Hang on, I want to see them both, but I want to.
You can pay.
Okay, but I'm gonna. I want to make my decision.
You can pay 3,000 to see both if you want.
I'm so tempted to call here. I'm folding. Now we can talk about it. I'm
It's a
folding.
great fold. I had a flush.
Did you?
That is a great fold.
Okay.
Great fold. Well done. Well done.
I raised 1,000.
Rory raised 1,000.
Okay.
King call.
You're not going to be able to afford a ticket, and if you do, you're going to be told to sit down. Like youngsters generally like to make a racket, don't they? You know, they make their voice heard, they make their feelings known. It's so difficult. I bet 1,000.
Rory bet 1,000. King call.
I'm gonna call. Check.
King check.
Check.
Rory check.
I'm gonna bet 1,000, Mr.
Bet
Jennings.
1,000.
Got the king again.
That'd be a good hand. Full house.
Have you got the king again?
It's a big pot again. Every pot's big for you. You're fighting for your life here, son.
I'm calling.
I've got a jack.
I've got a jack.
You're gonna win.
I've got a jack and a 7,
Sure.
I think.
Winner, winner. I've got jack and 4. You win. Nice hand. Nice hand. Nice hand.
you.
I mean, there's definitely certain things like you see in the Super League, the way the World Cup was in
Yeah,
Qatar.
which isn't over, by the way.
Yeah.
I truly believe that.
You think it's coming back?
Yeah, I have no knowledge on
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Nobody,
it's
I
not-
haven't, you know, when I'm at TalkSport or whatever, nobody's told me that. There's nothing that I've heard
You think they'll give them
officially.
another match? The thing about it is, I think the English clubs who are potentially talking about going into it would be quite silly because the only reason the other clubs want to do it is because they
Rory
just
raised 1,000.
they can't compete with the money of the English clubs anymore.
King call.
Yes, but I think for the English clubs, firstly they'll dominate it, and secondly, what it will do is allow them to. It will allow them to. I'm going to bet 1,000.
Rory bet 1,000.
What it will allow the English clubs to do is somehow focus on. It will focus on
I'm all in.
never having to. I feel like this is just such a blag. What can you have to make this the decision? What can you have there?
What have you got? We do this again.
I've kind of got nothing, but I've got lots of potential.
Lots of potential.
I've got lots of potential. Well, some potential, but nothing at the moment, which means I'm probably going to have to fold. I had.
Rory.
Yeah, I think you probably should fold, but you would have been ahead for now. But I did have a lot of outs myself.
Oh, yeah.
I had a lot of outs myself. What do you think of all the transfers that are coming in lately for Chelsea?
We're all over
I
the
seen
place.
you got Felix, you got Thuram coming in, you got who else did I see? I seen a link to Matty Cash today.
Yeah, I saw that. We do need a fullback. I'm
Take
quite
it,
up
take
for
it,
that, if
take
for no
it,
other
take it.
reason. Just the song. I quite
Take
like
it.
the idea of singing Matty Cash, I want you, Matty Cash, need you.
Check.
King check.
But yeah, I mean, we're all over the place. We're a complete and utter shambles.
Check.
King check.
I seen you being quite
I
vocal
bet 600.
Bet
towards
600.
Tuchel and saying it was time for him to go.
Yes, I did certainly think
Do you think so? For 2 years I wanted Aston Villa to get Graham Potter. I thought he was the second coming of Jesus. I thought he was the best up and coming manager. Do you think he deserves to be there anymore, or do you think he's on thin ice? Because obviously it's such a mess and there's so many injuries and there's so much things going on behind the scenes that it's bigger than Potter. But at the same time,
Big check.
results are pretty bad.
Results are terrible. I bet 1,200.
Rory bet 1,200.
I am going to call.
King call.
Check.
King check.
Going for a little milker. You've got up early in the morning. You're going out to
3,000.
Rory bet
Oh,
3,000.
Rory, I've got 2 pair.
I think I've won. Well, I have won.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, you presented that to me as if you'd won.
I hadn't called.
You told me what you had.
Okay. I'll give you the chips.
Oh, no, wait.
No, I'll give you the chips. Because I probably would have called. I'll give you the chips.
No, that's...
No, it's okay. It's okay. Because it's my fault for leading to the confusion.
Sorry.
It's okay. We're on the ropes. A little bit here.
He's talking like we played against Man City twice in 3 days, and he was talking as if he was Queen's Park Rangers manager going there in the cup. You know, it's not the mentality.
I don't know if you remember the Stevie G quote, but Stevie G was not very liked amongst Villa fans at any point. You know, apart from the first few games where he looked like, you know, he got some good results. He like done okay against Brighton and Palace or whatever. But he did, at the very end of his tenure, he did say that Chelsea should come to Villa Park and wipe the floor with us.
Yes, he did.
And it's like, even though it might be somewhat true, how on earth can you put that as a quote to your players before you send them out to play like one of the best teams in Europe, you know?
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane. And that's me as a, you know, the expectations of Villa are not the expectations of Chelsea.
Yeah.
You know, so I can't even
But it's
imagine.
the same principle.
Exactly.
It's exactly the same principle. Chelsea should be...
Check.
It's... a check.
There's not a single game all season, except for maybe when you did beat Barcelona when they were in their prime back in the day, where you should be going into it and thinking, we can't win this game.
No. And even then...
Check.
About 1,000.
Right, that's 1,000.
Even then, probably don't say it.
Oh, yeah. Ever.
Like
the one, do you know who I find very, 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 very tough to like, which actually was a question I got on Twitter for you as well. Everything about this current Arsenal team should be so likeable. They have not done it the Man City way. Now, they have spent a lot of money, but they've gone after young players. They've nurtured them. They stuck by Arteta in some very, very trying times.
Yeah.
Like, he could have easily been sacked, you know, when he lost those 3 games at the start of the season, but they're stuck by him. But Arteta makes it impossible for me to like them, the way he's on, you know, his antics on the sideline.
Yeah.
But the one thing when I watched the All or Nothing documentary was that Arteta will take every single bullet for the team. You know, he will go out there and he won't criticize any of them, and he'll do like Fergie. He'll start just throwing it at the ref, and he'll be saying mad shit.
Yeah.
And now everyone's going, you know, those 2 penalties where they didn't beat Newcastle.
Yeah.
That's all everyone's talking about. They're not talking about the fact that they didn't create a single chance.
Yeah.
And he's doing a very elite job at taking the blame onto him and taking it off his players, I feel. Check.
I think I
Oh yeah, sorry. The question, and you can answer that as well, is why do you hate Arteta and Arsenal so much?
2K. I don't.
You're a Chelsea fan.
I don't hate Arteta by any stretch. What I do is look. I don't want Arsenal to win the league. I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm a Chelsea fan, and therefore I obviously don't want Arsenal to win the league.
If City win the league, it doesn't matter.
No, I mean I really genuinely mean that. I desperately want them to win the league. Like I desperately want Man City to win the league.
Would it hurt more for Arsenal or Arsenal?
No, it can't be
Arsenal.
Arsenal. It can't be Arsenal.
I'm giving him credit for taking the blame for his team. I'm not giving him credit as a manager outside of that.
But I think it's quite troubling what he's doing. Cool. I think it's quite troubling what he's doing. You know how he's he seems to be.
He's not showing any composure. He's blowing up early in the title race. He's having his Kevin Keegan moment almost.
He's having his Kevin Keegan moment, and we're in January. There's not even pressure yet.
It's not even halfway.
It's not even difficult at the moment. Like there's absolutely no reason to be. I bet 1,000. There's absolutely no reason to be stressing out at the moment if you're Arteta.
I agree.
It's January, and you're top of the league
by 7 points, by the way. Check.
Yeah, check.
Right, check. Been that 1,500.
Fold.
Sorry.
The one thing that they have the hunger, and you know, like a lot of the City players have been there and like do they want it as much. And the one thing that Pep did do is he did recycle the team a lot, right? Like he got Sterling out of there, got Jesus out of there, got Zinchenko out of there.
Yeah, he's done very well. I mean, it's taken a long time, and there've been some terrible moments. That's the other thing that I think is quite weird about all in.
Right, call.
Call.
Got
no.
Big hand, my friend.
I'm chasing a flush.
Oh, well then wow, so you're live.
Oh no, I'm not. Ah.
Oh, Rory Jennings. Oh, Rory Jennings.
Well, I kind of am still.
If you have 10 comes, I never play poker again. Rory Jennings.
I was too busy talking about Arteta. See why I don't like him? See what he's done to me?
All in.
Cool.
Oh
dear.
We need a king or a queen, or it's all over, Rory. This could be the very last hand.
That's not good.
King or a queen.
God.
The last card in Dublin. Oh my God. Timmy, out the door. Get your P45. You're fucking done, son. I'm going to check.
I'm going to have to go all in.
Rory, I hate to break it to you, but this is the end of your Dublin.
This is over.
This is the
Have
end
you
of
done
your
it?
Dublin adventure.
Do you know?
This is the end. Unless you've got a flush straw.
I do not.
It's
Sure,
the
that's
end
it.
of your Dublin adventure. You need
Oh.
you are going to need to hit some
Yo,
running,
that's
you're
unbelievable.
going to need to hit some running hearts.
That is unbelievable.
If you hit a red card, Tibby, I'm not joking, mate.
Oh.
Mr. Jennings,
It has been an honour.
that was very, very enjoyable. Thank you for telling us those stories about your life. And thank you
Thank you for having me.
taking a dive, taking that 50 quid and allowing me to finally win in my own house. I hope this is not the last time we'll make any content together.
Mate, it would be an honour to come back. Thank you for having me. Whenever you need me, I'm here.
Thank you. And if I get low in confidence, I need
Yeah.
a victory. I will
If you ever need a victory, I'm the man.
definitely take you up on that. Tibby, everybody, thank you so much. We'll see you again next time. Appreciate it. Goodbye.